Technology has the ability to not only make your business more effective and higher growth, but it also has the ability to completely transform your culture. But how exactly is that? That's what I want to talk about here today. My name is Eric Kimberling. I'm the CEO of Third Stage Consulting. We're an independent consulting firm that helps clients throughout the world reach their third stage of digital transformation success. And when we're working with new companies, culture is typically the last thing they're thinking about when they're thinking about their technology initiatives. Instead, what they're thinking about is how can we update our old outdated technology? How can we scale the company? How can we make ourselves more efficient and effective? All really important things. But one thing that companies oftentimes don't think about, or they're not deliberate about, is how can we use technology to shape our culture? How can we use technology to help us evolve our culture and adapt and become more effective culturally in the future? So what I want to do today is talk about that and how your technology initiatives and the way you select and implement software should be influenced by the type of culture you're trying to create. Before we dive too far into today's content, I want to share a little bit of information about Third Stage Consulting and who we are. Third Stage Consulting Group is an independent technology agnostic provider of consulting services to help clients through their digital transformations. We help with digital strategy and software selection, as well as implementation planning. And during implementation, we provide services related to program management, organizational change, business process improvement, as well as enterprise architecture. These are just some of the services we provide. We have offices in North America, as well as Europe and Asia Pacific. So if you'd like to learn more, I encourage you to check out our resource center, which includes a number of resources that will help you through your digital transformation, and you can access that for free using the QR code here or the links below. You can also reach out to me directly if you'd like to discuss your digital transformation and brainstorm ideas on how to improve where you're headed on your journey. Now let's jump back into today's content. I want to invite you to join me and other thought leaders in the digital transformation space to Stratosphere 2025. It's an annual conference we've hosted now for 7 years in a row. It's a great event. It's live in Denver, Colorado, but we're also offering it virtually via hybrid tickets. And we're going to have a lot of different speakers here, including myself as a keynote, as well as others that you may know from the industry. And this is a perfect conference if you're interested in any sort of digital transformation, including ERP and CRM and HCM. And actually, the theme for this year's session is AI and how AI is affecting all different types of digital transformation. But in addition to AI, we'll also talk about the fundamentals of digital transformation, including program management, evaluating the right software, digital strategy, change management, process improvement, all the things you need to know to make your project successful. It's also a great way to network and learn from others. So just being part of a community that is also like-minded and going through the same things you are, that's another value. And you can join, like I said, remotely, in person, and you can also buy VIP tickets if you'd like more exclusive access to me and others from the Third Stage team and other speakers that are going to be there. So I hope to see you soon. Check out my discount code below for discounted tickets. You can go to stratosphere2025.com for more information, including the full agenda, and I hope to see you there. Before we dive into how technology can influence your culture, let's talk about how culture might influence your technology, or at the very least, how it might hold back your technology decisions. Who you are today and the culture you have today should be considered as you evaluate potential technology. For example, if you're a super conservative, risk-averse company, you're probably not going to want to take a big, massive change and go to the newest and best untested technology out there. But if you're a high-growth, innovative sort of company that is willing to take risks and used to taking risks, that might lead you down the path of a more aggressive or a more innovative and a more untested sort of technology approach. So you have to look at how your culture operates today and understand that even though you want to bend the culture and you might want to change it, you're not going to change it overnight, and you don't want to create such culture shock that the organization completely resists whatever technology and the associated changes come along with it. But having said that, let's then talk about how technology can shape your culture. Now, we don't want to suggest that you make a huge change overnight, but we do want to suggest that the type of technology you deploy and the way you deploy it can help shape the culture in a way that's going to help you grow your business and be more successful going forward. A common way that technology can shape the culture of an organization is to create more standardization. And I'm not talking about standardization for standardization's sake. I mean, it certainly is a business benefit of having standardized processes, repeatable processes, and more efficient and profitable processes. That part is important. But even beyond that, it creates a sort of camaraderie or a way of working together as a team and operating from the same playbook, and it can help keep everyone on the same page. So if you're an organization that has grown quickly and you've got a chaotic set of processes, a lot of different ways of operating, technology can help bring everyone together in a more common way of operating, in a more standardized way of operating its business processes. Another way that technology can help shape the culture of your organization is it can create more collaboration. And the way it does that is because it allows people to see across functions. They can see and have visibility to and affect and impact other parts of the business that may be outside of their direct realm of their day-to-day jobs. For example, if you're a customer service rep and you're taking orders for a customer, now you have visibility into what's happening on the shop floor. You'll be able to see when a product is going to be available to ship instead of having to go track down that information yourself. It allows you to collaborate with other departments through technology and allows you to have better visibility and a bigger picture understanding of the business, which can have a big impact on the culture of the organization. And this is particularly helpful if you're an organization that's very siloed, where everyone has very siloed jobs and they sort of throw work over the wall to another department, or they don't understand how other functions are working within the business. Now with new and modern enterprise technologies with integrated data sets, suddenly you're creating a culture where people can take accountability and responsibility for more parts of the overall business. Another way that technology can shape the culture of an organization is it can help make it more innovative. Oftentimes with outdated technologies, organizations spend so much time on manual processes and trying to find data and consolidate data and clean up data that they don't have time to think and innovate. And with modern technology, it doesn't solve all of our problems, but it can make it a lot easier for us to focus less on reporting and gathering information and trying to find information and putting out fires. It can allow us to redirect that time now to be more innovative, looking at ways that we can optimize our business processes and continue to service our customers better. And I'm going to come back to that point here in a moment. But in the meantime, it's important to recognize that innovation is something that can be created largely by new technology that gives people the tools and the bandwidth to be able to focus more strategically on more innovative activities within the business. Another way technology can help shape the culture of your organization is to focus more on customer experience. As you think about deploying new technologies that are more modern and provide better, more efficient workflows and better visibility to data, more collaboration, more standardization, some of the things I mentioned earlier in this video, now it allows you to provide a better customer experience to your customers. And this is important, especially for-profit organizations, because you need to make sure that what you're doing adds real business value to the customers that you service. If you're a government or public sector organization too, it means that you can serve your stakeholders and your constituents much better and provide on what they need and making things easier for them using the technology and the tools that you've deployed throughout your organization. So customer experience and a focus on the end customer is another way that technology can help shape and bend your culture to be more effective longer term. Just as technology can help shape a culture of more of a focus on customer experience, it can also create a culture of more focus on the user experience or the employee experience. If you think about some of the old technologies you might be using, you're probably using some technologies that someone straight out of college that didn't grow up with mainframes or old outdated technologies, they're not going to know how to use that technology. And so by implementing more modern technology, you can focus on how you can make jobs easier for people, particularly younger people that aren't used to old outdated technologies. As you think about how you're going to groom the next generation of leaders within your organization, you need to provide them with a tool set that they can grow with and learn from. If they walk into a situation where they're just using Excel spreadsheets and maybe an old mainframe green screen or some sort of really outdated ERP system, that's not going to resonate well with them, and they're probably not going to have a positive employee experience, and it's probably going to be very frustrating for them, almost like speaking a different language. So that focus on the employee experience is another way that newer, more modern cloud technologies can help shape your culture for the better. I hope this is providing you some insights and things to think about as you think about not only what types of technology you select and deploy, but how you deploy that technology. If you'd like to learn more about the human side of digital transformation, I encourage you to read our Guide to Organizational Change Management. You can find that for free on our website by scanning the QR code right here, or you can go to the links below. So I hope you found this information useful and hope you have a great day. Operating from the same playbook, and geez.